Hey there guys, Nicky Pearsprout here, and today I wanted to talk about the best place for you to go on your first backpacking trip. Quick disclaimer, if you have a place that is really pulling you, then I suggest going there. Maybe it might be hard, but if you really want to go there, that's the most important thing, is having a place that you are really going to enjoy. Make sure you're really listening to get your gut on your destination. Having said that, if you don't know where to go, then maybe this is the perfect place. The place I'm talking about is Southeast Asia, and now there are 5 reasons why I think you should travel here. It is super cheap there. Food is cheap, accommodation is cheap, the tours are cheap. Overall, you'll get a better bang for your buck if you travel to Southeast Asia. So, the cheaper the place, the longer you'll be able to travel, or the sooner you'll be able to go, and you'll be able to you'll have to stay on more of a budget in that case, but, it just depends on what you want to do. There's a lot of English speakers there. That just means that you'll be able to communicate easier, get what you want easier, and honestly, they're not perfect. There's some people who don't speak English there. It's not the native language. If there isn't someone there who speaks English, they'll be able to find someone pretty quickly or know enough words to kind of piece together what you mean. And that's going to make your transition a lot smoother, even though you will have to deal with some culture shock. But I think it's good to get used to that. It's super warm there. Now, I know some people like cold weather, some people like warm, but the reason I say this is a universal benefit is the warmer it is, the less clothes you have to wear. The less clothes you have to wear, the less clothes you have to pack. So, that means not carrying as much stuff around, and that means just overall having a better experience moving from place to place. So, although you might like cold weather, and that means, there's not really a cold season, there's just rainy season in Southeast Asia. But, that's neither here nor there. The point is, it's warm, you'll be able to pack lighter. That's pretty much it. There's a really good mix of very touristy areas and not so touristy areas. Now, I know at the beginning you're probably going to stick to the touristy areas. That's not a problem. But then when you go to those more remote regions, it's easier to find a tourist area that is close by, so that if you get in a bind, it's easier to get out of. Usually you'll want to try to find an embassy if you get in a bind, depending on how big of a bind it is. Sometimes you're just looking for an ATM or stuff like that, and those are going to be pretty readily available throughout Southeast Asia. You're going to have everything you need in terms of making sure you're safe. And that's really important. Being out in the middle of nowhere where you have very little help is really hard on your first time traveling. The scenery is very diverse. I know a lot of people think of nice tropical beaches in Southeast Asia, and to be fair, yeah, that's a big part of it. Especially Thailand, Vietnam has quite a few, Philippines, Cambodia has some great, all of them have great beaches. Except for Laos. Laos landlocked. There's still a lot of places you can go that are very mountainous regions. I've been to canyons, I've been to deserts, I've been to all kinds of different terrain. Jungle treks are really fun to do. So if lounging on the beach all day sounds not that fun to you, you will still have other places to go. And it's nice every once in a while to jump in the ocean and, be able to swim in warm water. Alright, so those are my 5 reasons why Southeast Asia is the best place to go on your first backpacking trip. It's a good mix of a bunch of different things where you can challenge yourself, but also you can go on easy mode when you need to. And ultimately, that's what you want, is the option to have an easy time, but also the option to really challenge yourself and grow and get a very different experience you would get from home. But anyway, if you liked that video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification. That way you get notified whenever I put out new videos. Travel questions down below in the comments as always, or just tell me about the adventures you're on. Love to hear about it. Happy journeys!